What's good, YouTube? And we are back for episode 1 of Automaton. You guys voted, so I decided to go ahead and start up the automation based playlist. We are going to we're going to automate everything that we possibly can in this one. So we're going to start out with doing a few things by hand manually, and then we're just keeping everything vanilla for now unless they decide with the new patch that's coming out today, I believe, maybe tomorrow, that they want to add scripts. If they do, then things are going to get a lot easier for us. There we go. We finally got landed. Okay, so now that we got landed, we're going to just hop out here and we are going to start working on a drill. So I'm going to just bring up the G menu here. Now, when it comes to controls and stuff like that, I'm not going to walk you through like I did with my other playthrough, since you've probably already seen that one. If you haven't, go ahead and check it out. I'll leave a link to that in the upper right hand corner of the screen now. And we're going to go ahead and just get stuff started. So I need to make a drill for this thing, and we're probably going to need a small cargo container as well. So we're going to toss those into our build planner here so we know what we need. And I'm going to need a drill. I'm leaving all of... Ooh, it doesn't look like we can make those yet. So let's go ahead and check real quick to see what we need. Okay, it looks like we need to actually make a basic refinery before we can do a drill here. So that's going to be kind of interesting. We're going to need some sort of basic refinery. So that means I probably will not be able to build it straight onto this to start with. And we're going to have to do a lot more by hand than I was hoping. So let's go ahead and just find us a neat little spot over here. We're probably going to make this guy fly, which isn't very hard to do. I've done it a couple times in other playthroughs if you've watched the rest of my stuff, but we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm just looking to see if there's anything good here. I don't want to waste too much hydrogen, so let's just look around. We should have some water nearby. We're going to have to find that pretty much immediately if we want to not run out of hydrogen here. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started on this real quick. I'm going to start just tearing everything down. Let me hop into first person view here, and I'm going to start taking all these plates and stuff off and take everything that I can down so we can make what we need to make. Alright, so I got all the steel plates taken off of here, so we should have plenty of those to go around for what we need. Now, the first thing we need to do is we need to get this thing in the air. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to use, I think I'm going to leave 2 downward facing atmospheric thrusters for now. We can add more later. That'll give us 1 for forward and 1 for back. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this one up too. And we're going to place those up top here. So I'm going to go ahead and start flying real quick and just hop on top of the ship. There we go, and just place a couple down here. So let's see what we're going to have to do, something to make the thrusters. I don't remember exactly what, so let's go ahead and find that out. Okay, looks like we're going to need to do a control station and landing gear. So let's go ahead and repair this landing gear we got here. That one's locked. That one's locked. So we're just going to go ahead and take this one down and repair it. And our control station, I believe we can cheat the control station a little bit here if I remember correctly. So let's see. We can do, yeah, we can do our remote control that we're going to need anyway. So let's go ahead and just add that to the build planner and see what we need. We're going to need some interior plates for that, and we should pretty much have everything else. So let's go ahead and find us some interior plates. I think there's some in this guy. Yeah, we can go ahead and take some out of the seat here. And let's go ahead and place this somewhere. Doesn't really matter where it's at. We're going to add this up to the top though, because we're actually moving the seat to the top, and that's going to be our control surface. So we're just going to toss that right there. And we're going to need 1 computer in order to finish it up, I believe. Yeah, we're going to need 1 computer here. So let's go ahead and take the seat down too while we're at it, and we're going to place this up top. We want this area here to be open so we can put our storage in there. And we're going to go ahead and take down our antenna here. We don't need it. inventory full. I gotta drop some stuff off real quick. And I'm gonna go ahead and start taking off some of these steel plates up the top too, because that'll give us a little more room to build up here. Now I am gonna need this ore detector, so I'm gonna leave it there. And we're just gonna build around it for now. We're also not gonna need the parachute hatch or the beacon here, so I can get rid of that. We're not going to need any of that stuff inside either, so we'll get to that shortly. Okay, we should be ready to put our seat down now, so let's go ahead and find a spot for it. I'm just gonna toss it right here for now. That should be perfectly acceptable. And we need, what, one computer? Okay, there we go. We've got enough for our remote control there, and we can start taking some of this stuff down too. We don't need any of these conveyor ports here. We'll be adjusting as necessary. And we're going to get rid of the timer block. We're going to get rid of the small conveyor here. And I think we're even going to move... Yeah, we don't need the hydrogen engine anymore. Or ever. Okay, and we need to drop some stuff off into our storage here. We're probably going to be moving this storage as well, so that's going to be a thing that we're going to have to worry about. But for now, let's see what we can toss in here. Okay, so I got rid of everything I could for now, and we can go ahead and move this small, or get rid of the small cargo container. We're going to be using a medium cargo container in here, which is why I wanted to get rid of the small one there. And let's see, I'm going to need... Okay, I can get rid of this guy here. He's not attached anymore. And I'm going to need to build a medium cargo container, so let's go ahead and start on that. We're going to also need to do a couple conveyors for this to work. So let's go ahead and start up our conveyor system. Looks like I can't make them yet. Let's find out what I need to make them. So I need to make a small, large, or medium cargo container. So we're just gonna go ahead and just cheat with that small that we took out. And we're just gonna place it right over here. So that would be number 7. Just place one there, make it, and then get rid of it. And now we can do our conveyor here. Alright, so we're going to place some conveyors right there. And I'm going to go with the junction here, so that way I can scroll through them. Or I need small, okay. And I'm just going to basically face it to where we've got these two coming into a junction here. Just like that. So we need interior plates, so let's go on and grab those. And we need motors. Now I can place the medium cargo container here like I was wanting to start with. And we can attach our drill to this. Looks like we're going to need some interior plates, which means... and construction components and computers. So we may end up having to make some. So let's go ahead and look to see if there's anything we can salvage here that we don't absolutely need. We're going to need the O2 generator. We need the detector. So I think that's pretty much everything we can really get rid of. So it looks like we are going to have to do a little bit of gathering by hand. So I'm going to go do a little bit of that and I'll be back with you. Okay, we finished up our medium cargo container here. So now it's time to start our drill. And once we get this drill done, we can basically just fly around and pick up what we need and just basically make anything that we want to make later, which will speed us up quite a bit here. So let's see what we still need for this. We just need one computer. I can't believe that. That's crazy good.
Energy low.
Okay, let me go ahead and grab up some energy here. All right, and we are done with our drill. So now we're gonna have to make this thing capable of flight, and it's not gonna be the best flying vehicle ever made, I don't think. So let's go ahead and find our thruster here. and we can make them good. So we're just going to add 2 small atmospheric thrusters. We're going to have one facing back and one facing forward. I guess we're just going to toss that right here on there and go ahead and get these worked up. We need a large steel tube, which we have in here. We had some large steel tubes. We're going to have to actually steal one from somewhere. What do we need to take apart for that? We will have to temporarily cannibalize the O2H2 generator to get the ship mobile. So we'll go ahead and do that. Let's see, how many does that have? That has 2. That's exactly what we needed. We need 1 for this one as well. So let's go ahead and make sure we don't need anything else. We've got the metal grids, motors. Okay, so yeah, we should be good on that. We'll be able to make all of that. And we just need large steel tubes. Good. So I'm going to go ahead and cannibalize this for now. Okay. That'll let us finish these guys up. And then we need to just grab the construction components and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and do all of that. And we need 1 more motor here. So I'll go ahead and queue that up real quick. We can go on and cancel out all of those, and I just need to grab a little bit more of the stone down here. And we have our motor, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. And we should be able to fly this thing now. Before we do anything else here, we need to toss a gyroscope on here real quick. So let's go ahead and make one of those. That is going to need 4 large steel tubes. Well, actually, I don't think for the small one it'll need that many. How many does it need? We need 1 large steel tube. So we're going to have to find another one to steal from somewhere. And we're going to need to grab some plates too. So let's go ahead and grab some plates out of here, which we cannot reach there with the plates. Interesting. We'll just toss it right here, and I'm gonna need 1 large steel tube from somewhere. I'm not 100% sure where I'm gonna pick that up. I'm pretty sure I got all the large steel tubes out of this thing already. We could try surviving off of 1 thruster here for now. So just grab the steel tube out of there and leave it there otherwise. And then we'll grab some motors and computers real quick and see if we can survive off of just that. Now this is going to be really tough to control because we don't have side-to-side motion here. We're going to have to use our gyros for all of that. So let's go ahead and see if we can do that. We're going to have to cut everything on in here. So let's go ahead and unhide the blocks, and we will turn these on. Hop out into first person so we can see if we're going to fire. Or second person, third person, whatever this is. And we are going to turn on the remote control here, under control. And we should be able to, yeah, good. Now, question is this going to be enough to handle this? Doesn't look like it. So I may end up just having to cannibalize what we've done here and make it super hard to control, but we can do that if we need to. And let's see if we can control this. We have to get in the air. Yeah, we can. So we're just basically having to use our pitch and yaw controls and stuff like that in order to control where we're heading, being very careful, kind of like you fly a helicopter. This is definitely not the easiest way to fly a ship, but this will at least let us find some water real quick so we can land on top of it and start up a base. And we can drill what we need to for now. I don't think we're gonna quite have enough to get too much done with this, but this will be a decent start. Paying close attention to my energy reserves as well, and looking for ice, trying to keep it as level as possible as we go around. Looks like we landed in a pretty bad spot for water. So we can pitch forward and hold down the space bar and basically speed up in this direction. There's some ice right there. That's what we're looking for. So we can land there. We'll pretty much have what we need. We should have some of everything else too. We'll find some ores and stuff down in the ice here. So let me get over to the ice and I will be right back with you. Okay, so in order to slow down when we get here, we're just gonna pitch up where our nose goes in the air, and that way the two thrusters that are pointing downward will help us slow in the forward direction here. Just like this. As you notice, our speed is going down. And we just pitch up until we hit 0. The higher we pitch, the faster we'll slow down. But we've also got to be aware that we will be going in other directions as well. So if we just spin around and make sure that we're leveled out here, we should be able to slow down in every direction and come to a complete stop. Close enough. Now we'll just start off in this direction slightly. Slowly. That way we can get over the water here. And we are at a complete stop. So now it's time to just start moving down towards the ground by hitting the C button. And as we get closer to the ground, we can see our movement here and we can figure out where we need to face in order to slow down. Okay, we've slowed down enough to where we shouldn't be crashing when we land, and we're just gonna land on top of the water here. There we go, we have fully landed. So we can hop out of here now, and we actually have plenty of ice, and I'm gonna run around here and try to find the resources that should be in the water here. Actually, I'm gonna need some ice real quick.
Fuel low.
So let's go ahead and try to get this guy working again. We're gonna be doing a lot of this early game. Running around, taking things down, putting things back together. That sort of thing. Okay, so I need computers. And now we can fly around looking for our resources. Now that we've got our hydrogen bottle with us. So I'm just gonna fly up in the air here and look for the patches in the ice. There we go, right there. Be nice if we found some cobalt pretty early. That's usually what takes the longest for me to find. We got silicon, magnesium. We should have, okay, one more nickel. So I'm going to GPS this, and we are going to move further out looking for some cobalt, because as soon as we can find some cobalt, we can actually start up a base and get some metal grid. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this unknown signal while I'm out looking, see what we get. Ooh, cow rifle. Okay, I already had a bunch of those. And let's see what's inside here. We've got some space credits and construction components. And I don't think any of this will have any of the stuff that we actually want, but we're gonna tear it down anyway. Free resources are free resources in the beginning of the game. Alright, and we are going to continue to look for some cobalt here. I'm not going to be able to pick any up if I find it. I'm pretty much full as it is, so I'll probably end up having to run back and grab some stuff anyway. So let's go ahead and just keep looking. No, that's silicon here. Now, I mark everything that I find whether I need it or not. That way, I don't have to worry about whether or not I've seen something if I find it again. I have a feeling this may have some cobalt in it. It's empty. So I think I'm going to go grab the ship, and I'm going to come back to this spot and check it with the bigger one. So let me go ahead and add a GPS here. Yeah, there's some iron attached to this one, so we may have some cobalt in there. I think the cobalt may just be too low for my hand drill to pick up. There is one problem here. I've got to fix my thrusters here because we used them, or we used the stuff from them for that. So let's go ahead and drop some stuff off here and start tearing this back down so we can fix our thruster. Okay, so let's head on out there and see what's over there. Interesting, I can't find anything but iron over here, even with the larger detector, so I'm not sure what's up with that. And I believe this is ice over here. So for now, I think I'm just going to park this thing and keep looking. Awesome, we found some cobalt, and we're not too far away from our respawn pod over there. I can't really see how far away it is, but it's not too far. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab up what I can from here and make sure I GPS this and then make the long run back, because I am out of fuel. It's not a lot of cobalt, but that's something that's going to be easy for us to pick up with our ship too if we need to. All right, and I'm back to the ship here. See what we need to fix this. I messed it up a little bit when I landed earlier. Okay, we're good to go on that. And we're going to dump everything we can in there, and we're going to hop into the ship and go over to the ice and get started on our base. I want to put it pretty close to the edge of the ice where we can dig into the dirt as well. So let's go ahead and get that taken care of real quick. So I'm looking for a spot in the ice here that's got one of these embankments coming up. That way we can just dig straight in using... Actually, I think we'll be better off using something like this right here. I'm not 100% sure on that quite yet. Let's see what this is real quick. Hopefully we can see it. No. But yeah, I think right there is going to be a good spot. That way we can just dig into the ground there and pick up our iron and stuff like that. Iron, silicon, and nickel. I believe nickel comes from that. That way we've got ice and stone in the same spot, which will be nice. There we go. We are now landed, and I need to grab some fuel real quick. And then we're going to go ahead and just start building a small little base here that just has some drills that we can move in and out and start picking up what we need. Okay, so we're gonna need to make a piston here. So in order to do that, I've got to unlock some stuff real quick. Let's find out what we need to unlock for the pistons. Let's see, we need to do a battery first, which we can do a battery now, I believe. I think we can make power cells. So we're gonna go ahead and do a battery, which we can't do yet. So what did we need for the battery? We needed to make a basic assembler. Okay, so we're just gonna basically start our assembly on the base here. We'll place that right there. That way that's within the range of our small container here. All right, so what do we still need? We need some construction components, display, and computers. I don't think we have enough computers, but we can start making them. We've got a display, and yeah, we don't have any computers made up here. So let's see if we can, how many we can make. I think we needed like 80. Go on and get this started up. We needed a couple more displays too. I need 3 more displays. Looks like we may run out of iron before we finish these computers, or may not. Let's see, how many do we have left? Yeah, we're good. Perfect. We had 1 iron left. Okay, so that's done. Let's go ahead and grab well, actually, we can't do much out of... Actually, we can do stuff out of that. Let's go ahead and grab all of this mess that we don't need. Well, actually, we need you in there. All of these components that we haven't been able to take apart yet, and toss them in here. We can't... Ooh, we need a battery, don't we? Or some sort of fuel source here. So let's figure this out real quick. I think the best way is just going to be to add a simple solar panel to start with. Even though it won't work at night, we may be better off going with a wind turbine instead. Don't really care about its efficiency or anything, because we're going to be replacing it soon with hydrogen engines and fueling it from all of the ice we have here. So let's go ahead and grab some interior plates, which I don't know if we have any interior plates made up, which means we're going to need some iron. Okay, so I'm going to add this to my bar here, and I'm going to have to hop out of here and fix up the thrusters and just start drilling into the side of the wall here. Having to be very careful not to overfill here. So I've managed to land it to where it'll pick up a bunch of this while we're landed, so that's perfect. And just keep grabbing what I still need to make here. So what was it we still needed to make? I think we needed some more interior plates, and that would have been about it, other than the girders. All right, there we go. And I'm just gonna leave this running for now. I don't think we're gonna run out of energy or anything like that anytime soon, so we should be good leaving that running and just let it do its job. And we need a couple more motors here, so I need 4 more motors, which I'd made already, but I just didn't grab. Now we have us a wind turbine, so we can power this up slowly and start dumping things in here, and we can take them apart and put everything together as we need to. All right, now we're good to go. We can pretty much make everything now, and I can just move all of this stuff over into here if we need to. And we're gonna go on and start production on what we need for this. So we need to start on our build planner here, and I'm gonna go ahead and queue all of that up. That way we can get this done, and then we can start our drill platform that'll head out into here. And we are running into power issues at the moment, so let's go ahead and get us a battery here. I'm gonna go ahead and move the wind turbine to the top over here so I can get better power out of it, and hopefully that'll be enough to at least build a battery. Okay, I've got us a battery queued up, and we should be good to go. I'm gonna leave this video here for now, and when we get back we should have the battery completed, and we're gonna go ahead and start on our drill system so we can start automating everything. Thank you for watching the video all the way through. If you haven't already, please drop a like to let me know that you did. Also, if you haven't subscribed already, think about doing that and hitting the bell notification to be notified when new videos go live. Thank you. Have a nice day.